Let's talk about how bad news for employers could be good news for you, the independent Medicare agent. So, the news coming out is that employer health care costs are going up about 8 or 9%, which is very high, like the highest increase in a decade. So, that's not good for employers that are scrambling to figure out, are they going to absorb that? Nah, they're probably going to share that with their employees. So, higher deductible, higher copays. You know how that goes. So, a lot of people that are 65 that continued working, or maybe they're retired, but they're on their spouse's work plan because their spouse continued working, they delayed Medicare. And a lot of them thought, probably I'll just go to Medicare when I have to because my work insurance is better, maybe cheaper than Medicare. A lot of people just don't know that it's not. They've never actually done the math, and what they don't know, they don't know. And some people just have inertia. They're like, I can stay on his plan, so I'm just going to stay on his plan. That blasé attitude is going to be shaken up with this big rate increase because people are going to get the big rate increase and go, whoa, maybe I can go to Medicare. I know I'm eligible for Medicare. Maybe Medicare's better. So I want you to get ahead of this equation. Most small companies, some of the big companies don't have an HR director. They don't. They don't afford it. Maybe they have 100 employees, but they don't have somebody in HR to guide them. And those people are just willy-nilly doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're staying on their group plan. They're also enrolling in A and B. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Or there's somebody in the office that said you have to get Medicare, so you have to get A, even though they have a health savings account. There's total chaos when there's no HR director. There's also total chaos when the HR director gets involved because often they are giving wrong information. So my call to action here is to go out to the companies, go out to all the companies in your area. Introduce yourself. Leave a gift basket. Leave a bunch of gift cards. Leave not gift cards, business cards. Leave brochures. Let people know you're out there. And Medicare might be cheaper. It might be better. Now, you're not doing something specifically to target a Medicare Advantage or a Part D client, so you don't have the Medicare marketing rules. You can just say, do you think that your health insurance premium is tolerable for next year? If you're eligible for Medicare, would you like to see a comparison on what that would look like? You can do all that without going through all the marketing rules to put something out. And I think you'd be surprised of how many people have no idea that Medicare would be cheaper. So if you've had this conversation with people in the past and they did the comparison last year and they're like, yeah, I did a comparison and my work insurance was cheaper. Well, I get to do that every year, forever. And especially going into 2026 with this big rate increase coming down from their employer, it might move the balance and they might say, yeah, I need to talk to you about Medicare. So don't overlook those people, those companies when you're driving by. I'd always make it a rule if I had any appointment anywhere that I would stop in at least 2 or 3 other places and just cold call the companies. You never know if you're going to get somebody. Like I said, you can leave your business cards, you can leave your brochures. If you're really savvy, you might leave something else. Like I said, a gift basket or a pumpkin pie or whatever. We're kind of famous for doing that. And you're going to catch some people at some point that say, yeah, I need to refer our employees. I have 5 employees that are retiring. I have 7 of our senior executives that are nearing that age. And too often we're so busy that we stumble right past what's in our own backyard. And that's employers, employer group health plans. They all have people getting ready to retire. They might have 1, they might have 20, but don't be shy about prospecting with them, especially in lieu of this upcoming big rate increase. If you like our videos, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. If you have specific questions, ask me in the comments below.